Hello, how are we? My name is Charlotte if you are new here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're not new here, again, thank you for clicking. I love to see you coming back. But let's hop straight into things. So today I thought we would basically do a little bit of a mood reading vlog. It's been a while since I just kind of read a few books instead of doing like a theme. And there are some different books that I am really excited to read this month. So I thought we'd just take them off in this video. So let's just jump straight into things. We don't need to introduce more than that. So the first book I have literally just started, like I am 3% of the way into, like I literally had just started it. I was on the phone to HMRC sorting some stuff out and I was like, oh, I'll just read whilst I'm on the phone to them, and then of course they picked up really quickly. So life hack, if you have to call HMRC, get your Kindle out. Anyway, the book that I am reading is A Collision of Stars by Georgia Stone. So this is a book that I have been very fortunate enough to receive an ARC of. I'm not 100% sure the day it comes out. I will put it on the screen here somewhere. But I am super excited to read this. I believe it's being independently published, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that I was including it in a reading vlog for you guys, because we love our independent authors, and so far I am really enjoying it. I have literally laughed, like physically laughed out loud twice at it so far. Like, it is funny and we love a funny romance. It is about a barista who, she is the one that has like the grumpy in the Grumpy Sunshine, and the Sunshine guy, he has like a bucket list, I think, of things that he wants to tick off in London, and the book is basically them doing that, I think, together. So I'll keep you updated with kind of how, like, if that is actually what the plot is as I read more, but so far so good. As I said, it's funny and like it's the sort of romance, we're just setting the scenes. But yeah, you know when you like pick a book up and you start reading and you're like, this is exactly what I am looking for. It's exactly what I'm looking for. So that is perfect. Update of where I'm up to with A Collision of Stars. I am loving this book. I'm finding it so funny. I actually haven't read that much over the last couple of days, which is why I haven't filmed. Like, I'm only on page 100, so I'm going to be starting my new job in a couple of weeks time, but I didn't know when my start date was going to be, so I've been trying to get back into the 6 AM club, and let me tell you, it has hit hard, because I basically seem to have this thing where I will be really tired from the second I wake up, 9:30 hits, and I am a ball of energy and I can't sleep until midnight. And it's just been like that every day. And it's so fun. And it's like, I put my book down and I don't read because I'm like, I'm too tired to read. And then last night I ended up watching Vine compilations for an hour. So it's like, it's only 6:20 and I'm so tired. So I think I'm gonna run myself a bath, and I think I'm gonna read in the bath for a little bit, because when I am sat down reading this book, I am loving it. I'm just so tired to read at the moment. You know when like you're just tired and like reading is hard, so you just end up scrolling, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to get in the habit of not reading again, like, because this is when I always fall out of reading, is because I get too tired to read. So we're gonna push through so I'm prepared for a few weeks time. So yeah, I think this evening I'm gonna just hop in the bath rather than a shower, have a nice chilled bath, read my book, and I think the phone is gonna go away like super early this evening, rather than the past few nights I keep being like, oh, it's 9:30, I don't want to go to sleep at 9:30. I think I need to just go to sleep at the reason I don't want to go to sleep at 9:30 is I think if I go to sleep at 9:30, I'm going to wake up at like 4 or 5 AM, like ready to go for the day. But I think maybe I need to just embrace that, and if that happens, that happens, and it means I will have more time in my morning. So yeah, this has just been a really long talk about stuff that's not hugely relevant to the book that I'm reading, but I am really enjoying it. So this is a bucket list trip of London. I thought it was going to be fake dating, but it's actually a fake friendship. That is kind of what is happening at the moment. So Ava's roommate, her friend, is like, girl, you need friends, like you only have me. And she's like, no, and there's going to be this party they're hosting at the end of summer. Finn is only in London for a short space of time, and he's like, I need someone to take my bucket list off me. And he basically, they end up in this fake friendship situation, so that Ava's roommate thinks that she has made a friend, and Finn is able to tick his bucket list off because all of his friends are too busy, because they all live in London normally and their lives are just too busy for like his bucket list that's really random. And like some of his touristy stuff, other stuff is like, some of it's just normal stuff, like it's quite cute. But that is what I am up to at the moment. This book is funny. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. I'm really enjoying it so far, and it's indie published as well, so we love to support our indie authors. But yeah, as I said, I think I'm gonna run myself a little bath and read in the bath for a bit because I am tired, and I'm tired. I finished A Course, A Collision of Stars. If you read one book from this video, it needs to be her. I think I'm on the 3rd of February, so yeah, it will definitely be out. It will be out when this video comes out. Read it. Oh my god, I felt everything. It was amazing. I literally, okay, so last night when I sat down to finish it, I had 60%. Like I was 60% of the way through, so I had 40% to go. And I like went downstairs, I took my Kindle downstairs, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll journal, read for a little bit, then I'll grab my camera and we'll talk about it, and we'll film me reading the end. I sat down at like 10 AM and I didn't move until I finished the book. Like I didn't even think to like look on my phone, because I could have filmed on my phone, like, so I didn't have to get up. But I was so like so in the book. Like, you know books that make you forget you were reading? That is her. I adored it, like absolutely adored it. Like if you've watched my last video, which is book recommendations, you will have seen that like she's in the book recommendations, and that's praise. Like because I literally just finished the book and I was like, okay, I need to film this video, she needs to go in it. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna do ratings, like full reviews as at the end as always, but honestly phenomenal. But definitely just check the trigger warnings with that one. Just there are some difficult topics, which is why I was sobbing like an absolute baby. Oh my god, I was crying so much. I think I honestly cried more reading this than I did reading Normal People. And if you've watched the reading vlog where I read Normal People, you will see like there are multiple clips where I had to stop reading to just sit and cry. The whole of the time I was reading yesterday I was crying basically. But that is our first book done, and it's literally Sunday. It's pretty much been a week, so we're just going to continue this for a little bit longer and do a weekish. I want to kind of get it back in the habit of making sure I am reading, because I definitely fell out of it this week with just being super tired, where I was trying to get up early again. So this is why we're getting up early, to like so much before I start my new job, so I can bring the habits in now so I don't miss out on the reading time, because I love reading. It makes me feel so good, and I love like sharing reading with people. Anyway, so I finished that yesterday like afternoon. Yesterday afternoon, and then I picked up Caraval. So I am on page 41 of this. This has been a really quick read. I was literally reading for half an hour before bed last night and got up to page 41. I haven't really had any reading time today. I've been doing like a big Sunday reset, which we love. But yeah, I am enjoying this so far. I'm not really too sure what it's about at the moment, but the two characters, Tella, Donatella and Scarlet, are in Once Upon a Broken Heart. They are the two characters that appear, that appear at a point before some plot changes happen, if you have read Once Upon a Broken Heart. So it's kind of interesting getting more of that book backstory, because I didn't really understand who they were when I read that, because I didn't know about the Caraval series. But yeah, and of course I love Stephanie Garber's writing style. She is genuinely like one of my favourite authors to read third person from. I think she does third person narrative so well and keeps it so engaging. But yeah, I was just really in the mood for a fantasy. Like when I finished, it was kind of funny because the whole time I was reading A Collision of Stars, I was thinking like, oh, I wonder what I want to read next, because I was very much like, by the end of the month I always am mood reading. Like I rarely stick to my TBR by the end of the month. I was aware what was on my TBR. This was not on my TBR, it's on my yearly TBR, so at least we're chipping away at that. But yeah, it wasn't on my TBR, so I was like, I'm in the mood for fantasy. And the only fantasy books I've got on my TBR are, we've got Ninth House, which is a dark academia more than a fantasy, I believe. And then the Six of Crows duology and A Crown of Ivy and Glass. And I was like, I don't want to read a book as thick as A Crown of Ivy and Glass. And I have been asked if I can do a full reading vlog for Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, so I don't want to start that in this vlog either. And then I remembered I have Caraval. I also have Priory of the Orange Tree on my TBR, but like I am not committing to a 1,000-page book in this vlog. Like that's too much. So we're stepping into Caraval, and like I said, I am enjoying it so far. Like I said, I'm only 40 pages in and I don't really know what's going on, like what the book is about so far. So I will just update you as I read a little bit more, and I think I am going to read for a little bit now.
Why do I try? Why do I try?
Why don't you tell me why I can't sleep at night?
Why do I try? Why do I try?
Why don't you tell me why I can't sleep at night?
Why do I try? Why do I try?
Why don't you tell me why I can't sleep at night?
Why do I try? Why do I try?
Why don't you tell me why I can't sleep at night?
Why do I try? Why do I try?
Why don't you tell me why I can't sleep at night?
Why do I try? Why do I try?
Why don't you tell me why I can't sleep at night?
Okay, good morning. Let's do a little reading update. As you can see, Caraval is right here. And I am still in bed. I've pretty much just woken up. My sleeping pattern that I was trying to fix has unfixed itself from watching the Chiefs game on Sunday night, so that's great. But as far as reading is going, I was able to read a lot yesterday, and I want to tell you guys what Caraval is about, but I don't understand it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on right now. So they have kind of, and I also don't know like what would be classified as a spoiler for this book, because the back doesn't really give anything away. So yeah, it's kind of it's about like the two sisters that you see a little bit in Once Upon a Broken Heart, and they're going to this game, which is Caraval, and it's all very weird and wacky. And the whole thing with Caraval is you have to keep reminding yourself that it is just a game, because there's some like freaky things in it that like will mess you up basically. Like like it's quite deep. But yeah, so far they are playing the game. I'm like halfway through, so we're making good progress, and my only plan for today is to read. So I'm gonna get up, get some breakfast, get dressed, and then get all cozy and spend today reading. Okay, so I have 60 pages left of Caraval. Let me take my glasses off because the glare is so annoying. Yeah, so I have 60 pages left, and oh my gosh, this book is a roller coaster because the whole thing is you don't know what's real and what's fake. So you're like reading it and you don't know what's real and what's fake. Like everything, it's amazing. It really does remind me obviously of Once Upon a Broken Heart. Like the characters are quite similar, I'm not gonna lie. They both really do feel like especially like the ones with the romantic the romance subplot, they really are reminding me of Evangeline and Jax, which is nice. Like I love those two, but yeah, maybe if I'd read this first it would have ruined my reading experience of Once Upon a Broken Heart because of that, because they're quite similar. Like the way that the characters are motivated is quite similar, I'd say. But yeah, I'm really scared because loads of crazy stuff just happened. I wasn't even expecting it to happen. It just happened and I was like, whoa. And I think that I think the last 100 pages, because it's been since like page 300, it's just been craziness. And I think that's going to continue, and I think this book is just going to be absolutely crazy. And I'm on a book buying ban. Like I literally can't buy any books at the moment. So that's gonna make like if it ends on a cliffhanger, then that's gonna be like so painful. I'm actually gonna look to see if the next one is on Kindle. What is the Amazon link? Oh, it's $4.99 on Kindle, which means it's a no-go, because I'm not spending $4.99 for something that I don't own when I do own the first one. And I do love the spines for these books. But yeah, I'm actually going to finish it because otherwise I'm just going to talk for ages. And then TikTok pick my next read, so I know what that book is going to be, and I'm very excited about it.
Hey man, don't touch it, yeah.
Okay, my camera doesn't have much charge, so we're going to keep this brief, but it has been about 2 hours since I finished Caraval. Honestly, the way this book ended, like my thoughts are, I want to read the next book so badly. I was so shocked by the ending, but I am going to be keeping up my book buying ban. I'm not going to be getting the next two in the series for a couple of months at least. So I put a video up on TikTok earlier asking people to choose my next read between Beach Read and They Both Die at the End, because I couldn't choose between the two. And the overwhelming majority did say Beach Read, and this was actually on my January TBR anyway, so it is the one that I should be sticking to. This wasn't on my January TBR, but we moved. So yeah, I'm going to start Beach Read this evening. Well, I'm going to start it now, and then I've got like an hour before I'm going to be heading to the gym. Hence the little zippy and the sleek hair. So I'm going to try and read this a little bit before I go and just make a nice chunk out of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I got it from Oxfam, so it was a good find. But yeah, and also it's quite nice because the spine is already destroyed, so I don't have to worry about like being too rough with it. don't have a lot of battery, so we're going to keep this quick. I am up to page 167 of Beach Read. I don't think I've updated whilst I've been reading this, but I am loving it. I really love this. I love Emily Henry's writing so much. Like, this has been like, I've enjoyed this so much. One thing that I think about this book is it feels like sitting on a porch and drinking a glass of wine at sunset in kind of like May, June time, and it's a vibe that I want forever, to be honest. So very much enjoying this book. My plan for this evening and Thursday evening, this vlog has been over like 2 weeks nearly, so we're wrapping it up with this book. So I want to finish this book tonight, to be honest, because I'm just really enjoying it. And also it's now in February, so this has overlapped into my February reading, and we don't want that. So we're going to try and finish it this evening, just basically make my room really cozy now. I'm going to put my little pink light on, get cozy, get snug, and we are going to smash through Beach Read. Because also Caitlin Devlin, who I follow on TikTok, her debut book came out today, and I didn't realise it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I have downloaded that and I am so ready to go with it. So yeah, my February TBR is just getting longer and longer, and I have already filmed the February TBR video, so we will need to do a little insert. But yeah, that is my plan for this evening. I am very excited to finish Beach Read tonight. I love it so much so far. This isn't a spoiler, but this book has so many Taylor Swift references in it, and basically the two main characters in this book are authors, and I'm like right at the end, and it turns out one of the main characters in one of the characters' books is called Travis. Like, what are the chances that in a book where I've literally added pink tabs for Taylor Swift references, there's a character mentioned called Travis? The invisible strings are always invisible stringing with these two. Okay, so I finished Beach Read last night. I did film a little bit like straight after I finished it, but I don't know how audible the footage is going to be. So firstly, all of the Taylor Swift references in this book are amazing. I don't think I ever actually told you what this book is about, in case you don't know. It's about January and Gus, who are both writers, but they write like really different things. January is like a romance writer, Gus writes like literary fiction. And they basically end up with this bet to write each other's genres over the summer, because they both need to write a book over the summer. So that is the kind of main backdrop of the book, without giving too much away, because the blurb doesn't say too much about it. But that is the main bulk of this book, and it's just so cute. Like, there's some really nice moments in the book. All along I was thinking it was probably like a 4 stars, but the ending sold me. And I've read the US ending, so if you don't know, the US and the UK versions have different versions. The US version is like completely different, and I love the UK ending, so it bumped it up to 4.5 stars. I think if I'd have read the US ending, then it could have bombed it down because it just didn't fit the characters right. But the UK ending comes up trumps. So yeah, really, really big fan of this. Like I said, 4.5 stars. It's been a really good reading week. So let's actually run through all of the books now because it is the end of the It's the end of the video. So this week we also read Caraval. Again, I really, really enjoyed this book. I haven't thought too much about it since finishing it, and it did end on a cliffhanger, which I am surprised that I like haven't thought about it more since finishing. But I think that's a testament just to how much like I did enjoy this book. So I ended up giving this 4 stars. It was good, but it wasn't quite like, yeah, like I said, haven't thought about it too much, but I did still like it, and I am definitely excited to continue with the series for this one when I am off of my book buying ban. And then of course the first book that we read was A Collision of Stars by Georgia Stone. That comes out on the 3rd of February, so it should be out now when I am posting this video, because I am pre-filming a lot at the moment, like a lot. So yeah, A Collision of Stars by Georgia Stone. I adored that book. I keep thinking about Ava and Finn. I am so obsessed with the premise of a bucket list. I go to Minneapolis for a week in May and I am making myself a bucket list. Like, I fell in love with the book, I fell in love with the characters, I fell in love with the idea, and for that reason it was a 5-star read for me. I just absolutely adored it. Like, it was just so perfect for me. So yeah, that is everything that I read this week and my ratings for them. Like I said, it was a good reading week. Very much enjoyed it. But yeah. Also, I do just want to say, I think when you're seeing this, this will be the first video when I change to a weekly upload schedule. So I think I spoke about it a couple times in this video. I am starting a new job, which is going to be more like a 9-to-5 type thing. I'll be working like a 4-day week, but like 9 to 5 hours type thing. So because of that, for the first like whilst I'm getting settled, I am gonna drop my uploads down to once a week. So it will just be a Sunday upload, I think, just whilst I'm still getting settled. And then maybe once I'm more settled and once I'm kind of more in the routine of filming content for across like TikTok and YouTube and doing shorts and everything like that, once I'm more settled with those routines, then I will look at reintroducing like a second upload. But right now I already find it difficult like to come up with what my second upload is going to be. Like, I never really know like what direction to go in it, if I should go with more of like a vlog, because I will always try and do one reading vlog and one something else, and I always struggle with what the something else is. So I think like add the extra layer of work on top of that, like my brain isn't gonna be able to do it. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one next week.